Nama sahasrena nityam bhakti samanvitaha Vasudevashrayo martyo vasudeva parayanaha Sarva papa vishuddhatma yati brahma sanatanam Na vasudeva bhaktanam ashubham vidyate kvachit Janma mrityu jara vyadhi bhayam naivopajayate Imam stavam adhiyana shraddha bhakti samanvitaha Yujyetatma sukhakshanti shri dhriti smriti kirtibihi Na krodham na chamatsaryan na lobho na shubhamatihi Bhavanti krita punyanam bhaktanam purushottame Jausa chandraka nakshatra khandisho bhurmaho dadihi Vasudevasya viryena vidritani manatmanaha Sasura gandharvam sayaksho ragarakshasam Jagadvashe vartatedam Krishnasya sacharacharam Indriyani mano buddhi sattvam tejo balam dhritihi Vasudevatmakam yahu kshetram kshetrajna evacha Sarvagamanam achara pratamam parikalpate Achara prabhavo dharmo dharmasya prabhurachitaha Rishaya pitaro deva mahabhutani dhatavaha Jangama jangamam bhedam jagam narayanodbhavam Yogo jnanam tata sankhyan vidya shilpadi karmacha Veda shastrani vijnanam etat sarvam janardanat Eko Vishnur Mahadbhutam Prithak Bhutanyanekashaha Trilokan Vyapya Bhutatma Bhumte Vishvabhugavyaya Imam Stavam Bhagavato Vishnor Vyasena Kirtitam Patedya Ichet Purusha Shreya Praptum Sukhani Cha Vishveshwaramajam Devam Jagata Prabhavapyayam Bhajanti ye Pushkaraksham Nateyamti Parabhavam Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. You know, all I can say is that if you have any material problems or issues to overcome in your life, chant Sri Vishnu Sahasranam. That's what it's for. It will bring you everything that it promises and much more. In the last section, the Palashruti section, so many benedictions are given. But the last one is the best one. Yati Brahma Parabhavam. That you will achieve that transcendental state beyond everything. Parabhavam, the highest state. Bhava means a state of being. And para means the highest, the ultimate, beyond, transcendental. And Brahman, of course, means spirit. So the highest spiritual state of transcendental existence is the actual benediction of this mantra. But on the way there, you'll also get to experience all the blessings that come to the natural devotees of the Lord. Well, what are we going to talk about today? Are there any questions? Any ideas about our trip to India or the East Coast Festival? Or anything? Questions? Come on, this is a rare opportunity. You get to ask anything you want. It doesn't have to be related to the subject matter. Although that would be nice.
I have a question.
Pass him the mic.
About Sri Vishnu Sahasranam.
Okay.
There's some verses where, verse 54, where she says Uddhavaha, and the word, the H, Visarga, is not at the end. Why is that?
54. I wonder why you noticed that particular verse.
Because it's always like stuff.
Because in the style of Sanskrit that they practice, you know, these Subhalakshmi, they're from South India. So their style of Sanskrit is a little bit different from the North Indian style of Prabhupada. Prabhupada has a very thick Bengali accent. So his Sanskrit is not at all like standard. He kind of, Bengalis kind of have their own way of pronouncing. So anyway, in the style of South India, Udupi style, it's called, when you have a word that ends with Visarga, and the next word begins with ksha, you pronounce the Visarga. So it's Uddhavaha Kshobhano Deva.
Because of the K.
Yeah, there's a few of those. It's not just ka, it's ksha, that particular combination of consonants. I don't know why. That's just the way they do it, you know. There's a couple more like that. There's one in the Falashruti, right near the end, that everybody misses, including me, most of the time.
It's verse 54 we talked about.
Huh?
I was telling the audience.
Oh. 136. Indriyani manobuddhi sattvang tejo bhalang dhritihi vasudevatmakanyahuhu kshetram kshetrajnaevacha.
136?
Yeah, that's another one. It's real tricky because the ahuhu is right at the end of the line, and then the next line begins with ksha. And so, whoops, you got to pronounce it. and the way they do it is like they don't interrupt the rhythm. They double time it. They say, Vasudevatmakanyahuhu kshetrang kshetrajnaevacha. So it doesn't disturb the overall rhythm. It's really tricky. There's a couple more like that.
Oh, that's tricky.
Yeah.
There's another instance.
Kundara, no.
There's another instance where the beginning of a verse, like A, she sings it longer, like if it was double.
There are a number of places where the text that they have is a little bit different from the text that we have. When I wrote this book, I mean, this was written back in 95 or 97 or something, right around there. That's when I actually did the research and all the work. I thought of reconciling the two. But the problem is the translation of the synonyms and commentary by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur was done from the North Indian recension of the text. And this recording is done from the South Indian recension. So they have minor differences in many places. You find sometimes there's a Visarga or no Visarga, or a long A or no long A, or an O instead of an A, or vice versa. So, this happens sometimes. It's not supposed to, but it does. But anyway, the differences are minor. They don't really affect the interpretation.
There's a question from Bruce. Can you explain the significance of Tota Gopinath deity and Chaitanya living there, the deity?
Well, he wanted to be near Tota Gopinath.